Hello, dear friends. I'm Alder Santos, and welcome to our channel, Baseball Legends. Robin Ventura may not be the first name that comes to mind when talking about the biggest stars in Major League Baseball, but his career is full of remarkable achievements, twists, and moments worth telling. As a third baseman, he combined offensive talent with defensive excellence, making him one of the most complete players of his generation. More than just stats, Ventura built a solid career based on consistency, intelligence, and courage, and those who watched him play know that behind his low-key style was a fierce and decisive competitor. From college to the pros, his rise was meteoric, culminating in iconic moments that remain in the memories of the most attentive fans. Drafted as an undeniable prospect and quickly rising to stardom with the Chicago White Sox, Ventura left his mark both with the glove and the bat. But his name secured a permanent place in baseball history in 1999 with the famous Grand Slam single for the Mets. A play as unusual as it was emblematic, perfectly representing the kind of legacy he built. Unique, memorable, and often underrated. And who could forget the episode where he challenged none other than Nolan in one of the most legendary fights in sports history? Robin Ventura lived the highs and lows of MLB intensely, and his story goes far beyond the cold numbers. Watch this video until the end and tell us, what was the most memorable moment of Robin Ventura's career in your opinion? Was it the legendary Grand Slam single, the fight with Nolan, or his consistency as a third baseman? Leave your comment below, share your memories, and let's celebrate together the career of one of the most complete and underrated players of the 90s. In this video, we'll dive behind the scenes of Robin Ventura's life and career, from his dominance in college baseball to his role as a White Sox coach, including his notable stints with the Mets, Dodgers, and Yankees. You'll understand why he is considered one of the greatest third basemen of the 1990s and why his name still echoes with respect in the professional baseball world. Get ready to rediscover a legend who, even away from the brightest spotlights, left a long-lasting shadow wherever he went. Robin Ventura began writing his story of distinction in the baseball world while still young, but it was at Oklahoma State University that he truly caught national attention. Playing for the Cowboys, Ventura quickly established himself as a rising star in college baseball, combining refined hitting skills with a discipline that impressed coaches and scouts alike. His offensive consistency was remarkable, but it was in 1987 that he entered NCAA history by setting a record that remains legendary to this day: 58 consecutive games with at least one hit. This achievement put Ventura in a league of his own, drawing attention from the media and baseball communities across the country. During this historic streak, Ventura demonstrated an incredible ability to adjust to opposing pitchers, maintaining an offensive production level that defied statistical odds. With each game, the pressure increased, yet Robin remained calm, turning the bat into a true extension of his patience and talent. The record became a symbol not only of his quality as a hitter, but also of his mental toughness and commitment to excellence. Moreover, the 58-game streak served as a catalyst for his popularity, propelling his name to the top of the watch list for individual awards and MLB Team Attention. BY 1988, already established as one of the best college players in the United States, Ventura was awarded the Golden Spikes Award, the most prestigious individual honor in amateur baseball in the country. This accolade recognizes the top college baseball player each year, and Robin's performance made him an undisputed winner. That year, he posted an extremely high batting average, showed power at the plate, and demonstrated leadership on the field, qualities that define a complete player. Winning this award crowned his journey at Oklahoma State and sealed his status as one of the most valuable prospects of his generation, paving the way for his future selection in the MLB draft. Beyond individual awards, Ventura also had a huge impact on the collective success of the Cowboys team. Under his leadership, Oklahoma State remained one of the top forces in college baseball, frequently participating in the College World Series. His dedication to the game, competitive spirit, and tactical intelligence were differentiators that positively influenced teammates and inspired coaches. By the time he left college, Robin Ventura was seen not only as a promising player, but as a future star in professional baseball. His start at Oklahoma State was not just promising. It was the prelude to a career of great significance in American sports. Even before taking his first step in the professional leagues, Robin Ventura had already experienced the highest level of international competition by joining the United States team at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. That year, baseball was still a demonstration sport at the Olympics. But this did not diminish the importance of the tournament or the prestige of representing the country on such a grand stage. Ventura was selected as one of the standout players on the U.S. college team, which gathered some of the best young talent in the country. His call-up was a direct reflection of his impressive performance at Oklahoma State, where he had set the 58-game hitting streak record and won the Golden Spikes Award in South Korea. Ventura faced top-tier teams such as Japan, South Korea, Cuba, and others who took baseball seriously even as a non-official Olympic sport. Still, the United States approached the tournament with great seriousness, bringing a talented and disciplined roster. Ventura, playing as the starting third baseman and a reliable hitter, had an important role throughout the campaign. His batting skills and solid defense helped establish the team as one of the gold medal favorites. The Olympic atmosphere, with its unique energy and diverse athletes from around the world, was a transformative experience for many young American players, and Ventura was no exception. One of Robin Ventura's greatest merits during that tournament was his maturity in high-pressure games, remarkable for a still college player. Even with packed stadiums and experienced opponents, he remained focused, composed, and precise in his execution. This early poise on big stages was a preview of the type of MLB player he would become: technically skilled, reliable, and unshakable. Under pressure, the Olympics served as a true preview of professional Ventura, shaping his competitive mindset and showing the world that he was ready for even greater challenges. At the end of the competition, the United States won the gold medal by defeating Japan in the final, solidifying their dominance in the tournament. Although the 1988 Olympic gold medal was not officially recognized by the International Olympic Committee, since baseball was still a demonstration sport, the achievement was enthusiastically celebrated in the United States and represented a milestone for the athletes involved. For Robin Ventura, the victory was not only a source of national pride, but also a springboard that increased his visibility among MLB scouts and executives. It marked the crowning of an amateur career phase that was already extraordinary. Another important aspect of that experience was the opportunity to interact with other exceptional athletes, many of whom would also go on to make history in Major League Baseball, such as Jim Abbott, Tino Martinez, and Ben McDonald. This environment of excellence helped Ventura elevate his game and deepen his understanding of baseball across different styles and cultures. Beyond the technical learning and competitive experience, he had the chance to represent the United States with honor, something he has always valued throughout his career. The patriotic pride and the sense of representing something bigger than himself left a lasting impact on his sporting mindset that, in hindsight, Robin Ventura's participation in the 1988 Olympic Games was a crucial chapter in his development. Not only for the on-field achievements, but also for the emotional and mental preparation the experience provided. Representing his country on a global stage, winning a gold medal, and facing tough opponents was the perfect prelude to his entry into MLB. That summer in Seoul established Ventura as a complete athlete, ready to make his name among the greats. A journey that would soon begin with his being drafted by the Chicago White Sox and starting a professional career marked by consistency, leadership, and refined talent. Robin Ventura was selected as the 10th overall pick in the 1988 Major League Baseball draft by the Chicago White Sox, a move widely anticipated after his brilliant college career and performance at the Seoul Olympics. The selection reflected not only Ventura's clear technical talent, but also his maturity, discipline, and leadership history on winning teams. The White Sox saw in him a potential cornerstone for the franchise's future, someone who could hold down third base for many years and contribute immediately with the bat. His reputation as a consistent hitter, combined with refined defense, made him one of the most complete prospects in that draft class. Shortly after being drafted, Ventura was assigned to the minor leagues, where he quickly confirmed his status as a future star. He transitioned smoothly, demonstrating the same qualities that had made him successful in college baseball: good bat control, patience at the plate, and baseball intelligence. In a short time, he advanced through the organization's system, and it didn't take long for the White Sox front office to recognize they were looking at a rare talent ready to compete at a high level. His rise was followed with excitement by Chicago fans and the press, who saw him as a fresh face for a team undergoing rebuilding and searching for an identity within the league. Ventura made his MLB debut in September 1989 after just one full season in the minor leagues, a fast but well-deserved trajectory. Even with the natural adjustment to the pace and intensity of the major leagues, he quickly showed that he belonged among baseball's elite. In 1990, as the White Sox's starting third baseman, he had his first full MLB season and impressed by recording 123 hits and 54 RBIs, while also standing out defensively. His performance earned him a spot on the Rookie of the Year team and solidified his place in the White Sox lineup. Ventura became a key piece on a growing team, forming a promising duo with Frank Thomas, who was also beginning to gain recognition. As a slugger, Robin Ventura's early career with the Chicago White Sox was not only promising but decisive for the franchise's future in the 1990s. His work ethic, professionalism, and consistency both at the plate and in the field made him one of the most respected and admired faces on the team. He represented a new generation of well-rounded players who combined athletic ability with intelligence and character. Being chosen in the top 10 of the draft only confirmed how highly he was valued from the start. And, more importantly, he met expectations from the very first moment he wore an MLB uniform. The investment made by the franchise was rewarded with years of top-level service, placing Ventura among the great names in the modern history of the White Sox. Robin Ventura made his Major League Baseball debut in September 1989, just over a year after being selected as the 10th overall pick by the Chicago White Sox. His rapid rise through the minor leagues reflected not only his natural talent, but also his impressive maturity and mental readiness to compete at the highest level. From his first workouts with the major league team, Ventura showed a calm and focused demeanor, convincing the coaching staff that he was ready to take on a significant responsibility, the starting third baseman role. In the final stretch of the 1989 season, even with limited games played, Robin made it clear that he would be a constant presence in Chicago's infield in the coming years. During the 1990 season, Ventura had his first full opportunity as a starter and did not waste it. Playing in 150 games, he showed consistency both at the plate and in the field. His batting average hovered around .249, with 123 hits and 54 RBIs. Solid numbers for a rookie still adapting. However, it was his plate discipline and situational intelligence that stood out the most. Even without extraordinary power at that early stage, Ventura was a reliable contact hitter with excellent pitch recognition and the ability to quickly adjust to the demands of professional baseball. This made him a consistent presence in the middle of the batting order, with the team relying on him to drive in runs and keep rallies alive. Defensively, Robin Ventura was a true anchor at third base. Gifted with quick reflexes, sure hands, and an accurate arm, he quickly stood out as one of the best defenders at the position in the American League. His ability to make difficult plays look routine raised the defensive standard on the left side of the field for the White Sox. Additionally, his constant communication with infield teammates, combined with sharp game awareness, provided security and stability to the team's defense. Even as a young player, Ventura behaved like a veteran, and his impact on defense was so immediate that many experts already considered him a candidate for future Gold Glove awards. Robin Ventura's debut in 1989 and his immediate impact in 1990 firmly established his presence in MLB as a rising star. Chicago fans quickly grew fond of the new third baseman's calm and efficient style, which embodied the values of hard work and dedication so highly regarded in the city. He brought not only results on the field, but also hope for a new era for the White Sox, who saw in Ventura and other young talents like Frank Thomas and Jack McDowell the foundation for a competitive future. His arrival marked the beginning of a long and productive career built on consistency, work ethic, and technical excellence in every aspect of the game. Throughout the 1990s, Robin Ventura established himself as one of the best defensive third basemen in all of Major League Baseball. His technical mastery, combined with instinct and meticulous preparation, made him an indispensable presence on defense wherever he played. Ventura had exceptional range, a precise arm, and remarkable ability to make plays on the move, traits that made him a benchmark at the hot corner, one of the most demanding positions in baseball. He showed consistency even in the most challenging situations, whether handling hard-hit balls down the line or executing double plays under pressure. His defensive elegance and reliability set him apart among experts and teammates alike. Recognition came in the form of awards. Robin Ventura won 6 Gold Glove awards throughout his career, 5 with the Chicago White Sox, 1991, 1992, 1993, 1996, 1998, and 1 with the New York Mets, 1999. These awards, given to the best defenders at each position in their respective leagues, clearly demonstrate the impact he had on the defensive side of the game. More than just doing the basics, Ventura added real value to his team's defense by turning difficult plays into outs and significantly reducing errors compared to others at the position. His teammates and coaches often praised his work ethic and ability to anticipate plays, which frequently compensated for any athletic limitations against faster players. Beyond individual merit, Ventura's defensive excellence elevated the performance of the entire defense around him. Having such a reliable third baseman allowed the team's pitchers to perform with greater confidence, knowing that hard hit balls that might have turned into hits against other teams could become outs in Ventura's hands. He was also a quiet leader on the field, guiding younger teammates and maintaining defensive organization in critical moments. His legacy as an elite defender endures today, with many analysts citing Ventura as one of the most underrated defensive players of recent history, a true fortress at third base during an era marked by rising offensive talents. Robin Ventura was not only an elite defender, but also built a solid and respected career as a consistent hitter. Throughout the 1990s, especially during his time with the Chicago White Sox, Ventura established himself as a reliable presence in the middle of the lineup, capable of delivering power and productivity year after year. He had multiple seasons with over 20 home runs and 90 RBIs, numbers that, while not placing him among the league's most explosive sluggers, revealed a sustained standard of offensive excellence. His left-handed swing was compact balanced, and efficient, with enough power to send the ball over the fences, but also the precision to hit to all fields. Between 1991 and 1996, Ventura posted 5 consecutive seasons with at least 20 home runs, including a peak of 34 homers in 1996. In 1993, one of his best offensive years, he accumulated 94 RBIs and was a vital part of a White Sox team that won the American League West Division. His production was especially valuable because it came paired with refined plate discipline. Ventura knew how to work counts, had a good walk rate, and rarely wasted opportunities with runners on base. This made him not just a power threat, but also a smart hitter who understood the nuances of each at-bat and effectively adapted to opposing pitchers. Ventura's consistency at the plate also stood out in clutch moments. Though not a flashy or media-driven name, he delivered tangible results under pressure, becoming a clutch hitter at various points during the season. His ability to drive in runs and keep rallies alive was essential to the White Sox offensive engine throughout the 90s, especially at a time when the team was striving to establish itself as a force in the American League. Ventura embodied the type of player every competitive team needs: steady, productive, and reliable. His combination of technique, patience, and moderate power earned him respect from opposing pitchers and made him an indispensable presence in Chicago's lineup. For nearly a decade, Robin Ventura's tenure with the New York Mets in 1999 is considered one of the most remarkable of his career and one of the most iconic moments in the franchise's recent history. Arriving as a free agent, Ventura quickly became a key part of the team's rebuilding, bringing leadership, defensive solidity, and offensive power. That season, he had a magical year, posting the best numbers of his MLB career: 32 home runs, 120 RBIs, and a .301 batting average. He also won his 6th and final Gold Glove, confirming his defensive excellence at third base. On a roster that included names like Mike Piazza, Edgardo Alfonso, and John Olerud, Ventura was an essential part of what became known as the Golden Infield, considered one of the best in modern history. However, the moment that immortalized Ventura in the hearts of Mets fans came during the National League playoffs. On October 17, 1999, in Game 5 of the NLCS against the Atlanta Braves, the Mets fought to stay alive in a dramatic series. The game was tied in the 15th inning with the bases loaded when Ventura came to the plate. He hit a home run over the right field fence, which normally would have been a grand slam for runs. However, surrounded by teammates after touching first base, he never completed running the bases. Officially, the play was recorded as a grand slam single, a rarity that immediately entered MLB history books. This moment not only symbolized the team's fighting spirit, but also immortalized Ventura as an October hero. More than the numbers and awards, what truly marked Ventura's time with the Mets was his emotional and symbolic impact on the team and its fans. At a time when the franchise was seeking to regain prominence, he represented the perfect balance between experience and dedication, being a quiet and reliable leader. His performance in 1999 not only helped bring the Mets back to the postseason, but also rekindled the fans' passion for the club. To this day, the Grand Slam single is fondly and reverently remembered by fans and commentators alike, often cited as one of the most iconic moments in Shea Stadium's history. Ventura's brief but intense tenure with the Mets left a legacy of excellence, grit, and unforgettable moments. Robin Ventura ended his Major League Baseball career in 2004 after a respected journey that included memorable stints with teams such as the Chicago White Sox, New York Mets, New York Yankees, and Los Angeles Dodgers. Even while dealing with physical limitations, especially in his knees, Ventura continued contributing with his game intelligence and veteran presence in the clubhouse. In the final years of his career, he took on a more mentoring role with younger players, maintaining an always ethical, committed, and inspiring attitude. Even as his offensive production began to decline, his tactical vision and precise situational awareness remained valued attributes by coaches and teammates. Over 16 seasons, Ventura accumulated 294 home runs, over 1,000 RBIs, and 6 Gold Glove awards, establishing himself as one of the most complete third basemen of his generation. His defensive consistency, combined with a reliable bat, made him a key player in various phases and contexts throughout MLB. But perhaps the greatest recognition came from his peers, who consistently praised his professionalism, exemplary conduct, and intelligence both on and off the field. Ventura was the type of athlete who led without needing to raise his voice. His example and competitive spirit said it all. He was seen as a coach's player, someone who deeply understood the game and executed with discipline and efficiency. After retirement, his name remained associated with respect and integrity in the baseball world. Many journalists, coaches, and players cited Ventura as a model of consistency and character, someone who could eventually make a natural transition into leadership roles such as coach or executive. Indeed, years later, he returned to baseball as the White Sox manager, showing that his connection to the sport went beyond the playing field. His legacy as a player lives on not only in statistics or memorable moments, but also in the collective memory of those who shared the clubhouse. With him, Ventura left the game with the same dignity with which he always honored it, quietly, yet surrounded by admiration. Robin Ventura's return to baseball as a manager happened in 2012, when he was announced as the Chicago White Sox manager, the same team that had drafted him as a player and where he built much of his identity in the sport. The choice surprised many analysts, as Ventura had no prior coaching or managerial experience at any professional level. Still, his reputation as an intelligent, disciplined, and respected player weighed heavily in the White Sox front office's decision. There was an understanding that Ventura, despite being inexperienced in the role, could bring a fresh approach to the club, especially given his history with the franchise and his calm, analytical leadership style that in his very first season as manager, Ventura pleasantly surprised. In 2012, the White Sox contended for the American League Central Division title until the final weeks of the season, finishing with a record of 85 wins and 77 losses. Under his leadership, the team demonstrated tactical discipline and a style focused more on fundamentals, leveraging a mix of veteran players and young talents. Ventura was praised for his clear communication with players and for fostering a balanced clubhouse atmosphere. Although they did not reach the postseason, the results exceeded initial expectations and gave the impression that a promising cycle was beginning to in the following years. However, Ventura faced the typical challenges of a rebuilding team. Between 2013 and 2016, the White Sox failed to replicate the success of his first season as manager, often finishing with losing records. Factors such as a limited roster, injuries, and difficulties developing young talent hindered the consolidation of the project. Still, Ventura remained steadfast in his approach, trying to maintain consistency amid an unstable environment. He continued to be respected for his calm demeanor and his efforts to build a culture of accountability and professionalism within the club, even in the face of disappointing results. The peak of frustration came in 2016 when the White Sox again missed the playoffs, and Ventura chose not to renew his contract. His departure was handled with mutual respect between him and the front office, acknowledging that despite the effort, the project had not developed as hoped. Upon leaving the position, Ventura expressed his appreciation for the organization and the city of Chicago, highlighting that despite the challenges, it was an honor to lead the team where he began his MLB career. Many analysts and fans recognized that while the results were not ideal, Ventura brought stability during a difficult transition period and never compromised the franchise's values. Robin Ventura's tenure as White Sox manager left a mixed, but respectable legacy. He demonstrated that it is possible to lead with integrity even without conventional experience, and proved that the baseball intelligence that distinguished him as a player could also be applied as a manager. For many players, especially younger ones, Ventura was an approachable figure, a former player who understood their pressures and challenges. His understated style and loyalty to traditional baseball principles marked his management, and his time as manager is remembered with respect, even if without great on-field triumphs. Ultimately, his return to the franchise where it all began symbolized a full circle, a story of loyalty, learning, and continuous contribution to the sport that always defined him. Robin Ventura was much more than a good player. He was the portrait of an athlete who valued fair play, dedication, and balance between technique and emotional intelligence. In an era when baseball was filled with flamboyant personalities and big egos, Ventura shone quietly, leaving his mark with both clutch hits and impeccable defensive plays. His demeanor on and off the field inspired respect, and his style of play showed that it is possible to be a giant in the sport without being in the media spotlight every day. What makes his career even more special is the way he faced challenges with maturity and dignity. From his promising start as a college star to the constant pressure of playing in demanding markets like Chicago and New York, Ventura never backed down. On the contrary, he grew stronger through adversity and created unforgettable moments, like the Grand Slam single that is still remembered today with a mix of surprise and admiration. Even in more controversial episodes, such as the fight with Nolan, he showed he was willing to stand up for his team and his principles firmly. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted every time new content is uploaded. Also, don't forget to leave your comment and share it with your friends. After hanging up his gloves, Robin Ventura found a new way to serve baseball as a manager, reinforcing his commitment to the sport and to developing new talent. His strategic vision and experience as a player enriched the White Sox organization, the very franchise where it all began. This natural transition from player to mentor only underscores the depth of his connection to the game, making it clear that his influence goes beyond what shows up in the stats or headlines. Ventura represents that rare kind of figure who adds value to baseball in every role he takes on. In times when fleeting fame often outweighs consistency, Robin Ventura's journey reminds us that a true legacy is built with patience, character, and daily dedication. He may not have been the most high-profile player, but he was certainly one of the most complete and reliable of his generation. That's why he continues to be fondly remembered by fans, respected by teammates, and revered by those who truly understand the essence of baseball. Robin Ventura's story is a powerful reminder that greatness can indeed walk hand in hand with humility. Until the next journey, dear baseball-loving friends.